Hello, friends and family. As we'll discuss in today's lesson, we're all family because we're all part of the family of God. And what a wonderful blessing that is that we're brothers and sisters in Christ. But it's also craft time. And for today's craft, we have two items that we're going to make that have to do with that element of family and also of comfort in God's family, that no matter who we are on the outside, we are His chosen people on the inside. You'll see what that means in just a moment. But we're going to start out with a simple family celebration craft. We're going to make a picture frame. Now, there are plenty of ways that you can do this, but I'm going to show you one fun and relatively simple idea. We're going to make a frame that kids can decorate and take home, and they can make it something that they put a family portrait in or a friend's portrait in or whatever kind of picture they want. But you're going to start with a piece of paper, any size really. I happened to cut this one a little bit just to make it slightly easier. And then we're going to glue on some popsicle sticks. Now you can use paste, or you can use hot glue, or you can use tape, or a variety of sources. We're just going to use the good old regular school glue here. What we're going to do is I'm going to double up on these smaller popsicle sticks. If you have the jumbo size popsicle stick, I think that might even work better. But for this, we're going to double up on the small ones. And it might give it a slight log cabin feel. But hey, that's okay too. So we're going to be making just a square, almost a square. I've got a little twist coming for you here. So we're going to glue on our popsicle sticks. And then rather than making it just a straight square, because that could be boring, we're actually going to make this in the shape of a house. So it's going to be a picture frame in the shape of a house. So once I have these guys all around, for my last couple, which you can double up or you can leave single, we're going to make a roof. And fun fact, you can save this configuration and make yourself a fun little nativity set later on when it's Christmas time. But today, it's just a regular house. So I'm going to smooth that all down. Now, what we'll do is this will be a nice background if I want to glue a picture in there. But meanwhile, I'm going to decorate it, and I'm going to cut out that extra paper. So you can decorate it first, or you can cut it out first. You may want to decorate it while it's still drying to allow it to be easier to cut. So, of course, we can do all kinds of fun things here. We can do our regular old decorations with some stickers. You can throw on some jewels, because everyone loves jewels, right? So we'll stick on some jewels. And these are the handy dandy peel and stick. Maybe they are not so sticky. And then you'll, of course, you can write something at the bottom or in the center of it, like family, or God's family, or a last name, or a first name, or a friend's name. And maybe up here, if you have room, once you're not sure what picture is going to go there, but we are the family of God. And then if you want to make this something, maybe it's even a Sunday school class picture that you put in there as well. But we'll just finish our lovely decorations here. Again, get elaborate, throw some glitter glue on there, do whatever you like to do or whatever you would not like to do. Well, rather, don't do what you would not like to do. And then we're going to cut it out. You can also, of course, use an actual family picture. So, hey, maybe you've got a fun little cutesy family photo to throw in there. And then you can also have kids just leave this blank and take it home and pick a picture that will go in there. So once it's relatively dry, you're going to cut it out. And then you have some options If you would like to, you can make this something you can hang. You can attach a ribbon or a pipe cleaner or something to the back so that it can hang. Or you can attach a little magnet. If you've got magnets, you can put a magnet on the back. So this can be something that you put up in the refrigerator, on the refrigerator. There are a lot of choices there, but there's your fun family photo frame in the shape of a house. So that's craft number 1. Now, the craft number 2 justification is this. So we're going to start by making a label so I can explain what's going on with this craft. So we're going to make I'm just going to cut a piece of paper to make this label. Now, the idea behind this craft is it goes along with our gospel lesson from Mark, which is Mark chapter 3, which is talking about how Jesus said those who do the will of God are his mother and brothers and sisters. That's really who's in his family, are people who do his will. So it's not necessarily just about family ties being blood related, but that we are related through the blood of Christ. And then also our epistle lesson has to do with our earthly bodies passing away and our heavenly bodies being what counts. So we're going to talk about how it's important to be who you are on the inside is more important than who you are on the outside. So this craft that we're going to make is a mini pillow that might not be so pretty on the outside, but it's still very comfy and serves its purpose. So we're going to start by making the label, because this might not all fit on our actual pillow once we get going. So on our label, we're going to write what's inside is important. And we're also going to talk about how I rest, because it's a pillow, assured I am in God's family. So hopefully this is something that's kind of a little comforting keepsake of, hey, maybe you're having a rough day, maybe you're not getting along with everyone around you, but we can remember that we are God. So we're going to take some fabric here, and I've got a couple of pieces of fabric, which I need to snip just a little bit to make them somewhat even. And now I am going to use today a hot glue gun, because I have one handy and because it's going to be the best thing for this particular craft. If you do not have a hot glue gun, well, you can sew it if you really want to get crazy, or you can staple this, or you have a lot of fun options there. But we're going to use the hot glue gun. And again, the point is it's not supposed to look that pretty on the outside. So we're going to put my cotton batting, or if you don't have this fun handy dandy cotton batting, you could always use cotton balls. It'll be a little bit lumpier of a pillow, but it could still work. And so I'm going to squish some cotton right here. Save myself a little piece, because you never know when you're going to need a cloud craft or something. And then this is the part, so I'm going to fold this over and I'm going to hot glue this. Again, if you don't have a hot glue gun, you could even use a stapler. Or you could use a safety pins. That's not going to work quite as nicely, but again, it's an option. And actually, here we go. So here we go. I'm going to spread this out slightly. You know what, why don't we just go ahead and use that whole bit of cotton there. Now, I'm going to hot glue it. Pardon me for just a moment, because it happens that my hot glue gun doesn't reach all the way to where the screen is, because it has to be plugged in. But we'll work fast. Hot glue. And whew, turns out that hot glue is pretty hot. This is why you need adult supervision with this craft. A lot of adult supervision. Maybe even for me. And then we're going to stuff it down, get it all the way glued up there. And then you can decorate it to some extent. But again, if it doesn't look beautiful and pretty, that's kind of the whole point. And you can even, well, you can attach your little caption explaining why we have this strange looking creation. You can attach it, or you can have kids just kind of carry it with them next to it, whatever you prefer. So once it's all hot glued together, you're going to decorate it with whatever items you'd like to use. So this can be more of those fun jewels. It can be some puffy paint. It can be, stickers don't really work if you're using something like felt or fabric like this, but we're going to just let kids go to town a little bit. Now they probably, if you're using something like puffy paint, they're not going to be able to take this craft home right away because you want it to dry and not get a bunch of paint all over the car seat on the way home. But here we have our, they could write their initials, and then they have, I missed a little spot with the glue there. Let's see if I can glue myself together, burn myself maybe a little bit more. That's all fun and games. And then they have this not perfect, slightly misshapen, but fun pillow creation that is still very squishy and comfy on the inside, even if it's not 100% absolutely beautiful on the outside, because we are all God's people and God loves us no matter what. So you have your fun pillow, you have your fun photo frame, you have your family and friends who are all part of God's family, and all the brothers and sisters of Christ when we do God's will. I hope that gives you some fun ideas. Now, you might not have all these materials on hand. You might have some similar but separate materials. This is all just ideas to get you going, and then you can use whatever you have and whatever works best with your particular audience to have a wonderful experience in Sunday school, communicate these great biblical truths, and have some fun with your crafts. So I hope that helps you out somewhat. I hope it blesses your ministry. We do have new message ideas and new craft ideas coming out every week, so feel free to like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And I hope to see you again. I hope you see me again. I don't really see you, but you know, you get the drift. Anyways, go make some crafts, make some disciples, and have a wonderful week.